3,000 dead Americans. Think about that number for one moment. 3,000. That's the approximate number of those killed on September 11, 2001. Sadly, this tragedy could have been prevented had our country taken the appropriate actions to secure our borders and enforce our current immigration laws. Allowing illegal aliens to stay in our country without enforcing control of immigration laws puts the United States and our national security at risk. My purpose today is to encourage you to support illegal immigration laws in order to prevent crime as well as prevent possible future terrorist attacks. I will present to you statistics and expert testimony as well as actual cases that are a result of illegal immigration not being enforced. Illegal activity at the hand of illegal immigrants. The first problem is illegal immigration. According to Numbers USA in January of 2010, the Department of Homeland Security estimated that 10,800,000 illegal aliens were currently living in the United States. According to the same source, it is estimated that 8 million are currently in the American workforce. Not all of them are here to work though. There is also criminal activity. Hispanics are thought to comprise 49% of total gang membership, and a majority of these gangs are illegal immigrants. The Department of Homeland Security states that it has identified 221,000 non-citizens in the nation's jails. This number is 11 to 15% of the jail population across the entire country. Illegals are coming to America to find work. Some are not coming to the country to find work. The Department of Justice estimates that 1 million gang members operate in the United States in gangs such as MS-13, the Bloods, the Crips, Sir 13, Mexican Mafia, Latin Kings, Serenos, Kurdish Pride, and the Mexican Posse. These are gangs that have claimed responsibility for committing heinous acts such as murder, rape, robbery, and drug trafficking. In 2011, more than 7,500 individuals from countries identified as state sponsors of terror or that harbor significant terrorist elements were apprehended along the southwestern border. This means people that came from countries that our government has deemed to be state terrorist countries have tried sneaking into the United States. For what purpose, we don't know. Illegals are also committing violent crimes when they come to the country. In 2009, 57% of the 76 fugitive murders on the FBI's most wanted list were foreign-born. On September 11, 2001, 3,000 Americans were killed when terrorists flew planes into the World Trade Center. This is because our immigration laws were not enforced. The individuals that carried out these attacks were in the country because they had temporary visas. These visas expired, but no one enforced the law. Therefore, they weren't deported. Therefore, they were allowed to walk around freely in our country and train and carry out these attacks. As a result, the significance of the terrorist attacks is that we have been at a war with Afghanistan for 13 years, fighting terrorism. 2,313 American lives have been lost during the campaign against terrorism. The solution is action, and action is broken into two parts. The first part, more border security, employing more border patrol agents, employing more immigration agents to enforce our immigration laws will help keep people out of the country and make our borders secure. Assisting these agents by building a barrier and a wall and fences around the borders will also help hinder illegal immigrants trying to sneak into the country as well. Strict deportation is the other plan of attack. Enforcing the deportation of people who are here illegally with expired visas and all those that are found in the U.S. will help limit those that can do terrorist attacks against us. Strictly enforcing the current immigration laws that are in place is a start. These laws are not being enforced, and thus illegal immigrants are allowed to move around freely in the country. And some of them may want to do us harm. And what is this costing us? One, our financial security. Our government has been at the mercy of possible shutdowns due to lack of money because of the funding for these wars. Money is also being used to support programs that benefit illegal immigrants. Texas is funding illegal immigrants with financial aid for school. This money could be used to go towards Social Security, the VA, or medical benefits for elderly people, instead of funding people that were not born in this country. Our nation is in debt. It is estimated that the Afghanistan and Iraq war has cost the U.S. $6 trillion, and that price keeps going up every day. The U.S. has already paid $260 billion in interest. This money could go to programs to help American citizens. Now, what happens if we do take action? What are the end results? Well, one, national security would be strengthened. Our national security would be strengthened if we took steps to prevent possible threats from entering the country and staying in the country. Being able to deport these people that are possibly involved with terrorist activity will keep our country safe and secure. This could also result in a possible end of conflict. If conflict and campaigns against terrorism, such as Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom, are not needed, then our country will be more secure by not having to spend money on these campaigns. Also, without these campaigns happening, the loss of American lives would diminish because we would not be at war. But what happens if we don't? What happens if we don't enforce these laws? Our national security will be weakened. If we allow illegals into our country freely, our national security will be weakened because of the possible threat within. If legal immigrants are allowed to live on U.S. soil, they'll be given the chance to group, plan, orchestrate, and carry out terrorist attacks against us. And also, continued conflict. We would still have to have campaigns like OEF and OIF in order to fight terrorism. We run the chance of engaging in battle with them and having to go to other countries. And continued conflict against foreign nations that attacks on U.S. soil will cost more American lives. In summary, our very way of life as Americans could be in jeopardy because our country wants to cater to the so-called rights of illegal immigrants, rather than the safety and security of the American-born citizen. 3,000 dead. 3,000 lives that were cut short. 3,000 deaths that could have been prevented had our nation taken the steps to enforce immigration laws and deportation. My purpose today is to encourage you to support illegal immigration laws in order to decrease the crime that is happening in our country and to prevent future possible terrorist attacks. I hope that my speech has made an impact on you, as well as educated you. Thank you.